Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Indianapolis Colts franchise, and today we take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And right away, they have some key injuries. They are without Jalen Ramsey, Julius Thomas, Marcedes Lewis, and Luke Joeckel, some to point out. So that'll be interesting to see how well that plays out. They still have Bortles, they have Ivory starting over Yeldon, three really good receivers in Robinson, Hearns, and Lee. They also have Neil Sterling now at the tight end. He's really fast, but still needs to develop. And looking at their offensive line, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. They have Dante Fowler. He's a big key player. Malik Jackson in the middle. Miles Jack. Paul Pusley. Telvin Smith. Prince Amukamara. Devon House. Tashawn Gibson. And Jonathan Cyprien. So it'll be interesting to see how this will play out. They are, you guys are wondering, 2-1. So they are right now on top of the division. And here we are. Colts versus the Jaguars. It's a rainy day here. And guess where we are playing? If you guys have already not figured this out, well, we're playing in London. And it's raining in London. It's 3rd and 9. Andrew Luck looking for a man. He goes down the middle, and Dwayne Allen cannot hold it in. How about that? Now 2nd and 10 for the Jaguars. On the next drive, Bortles in the gun, looking for a man, and it's almost at least deflected by Key Mayers, but Marquise Lee is able to grab it. 3rd and 2. Bortles in the single back formation. It's a draw, and Ivory is met by Doquel Jackson in the middle, as well as Henry Anderson. Now 2nd and 5 for the Colts following that punt. And Luck dumps it off to Gore, and it's good enough for the first down. Now 1st and 10 again. They give it right back up the middle to Gore, and Gore has a solid gain of around 6. 2nd and 4 out of the pistol. Play action to Gore. Luck. He's got Frank Gore wide open in the flats to the left. He's right down the sideline. And he's got a big gain tackled at around the Jacksonville 40. Now I formation, they give it to Turbin. Turbin cuts to the right, cuts back up in the middle, and he's got a big gain of around 14 yards. So moving the ball pretty well with their running backs. Now they face a 3rd down and 8. They'll have Thompson in the backfield. Luck in the gun. Looking for a man. And he just dumps it off to Thompson. And that'll settle for a field goal attempt that will later be made. Bortles screens to Allen Robinson. Robinson's got a few key blocks. And down the sideline he goes before finally being tackled out of bounds by Mike Adams. 1st and 10. They give it to Ivory. And Ivory's wrapped up by Robert Mathis. Great play there. 2nd and 12. Bortles out of the gun. Looking for a man, and he's got one towards the sidelines. Marquise Lee getting both of his feet in bounds. Now 2nd and 18 after a sack. Bortles down the middle. It's caught by Allen Hearns, and he's got the first down. So now to erase that sack, it's 3rd and goal. Bortles looking for a man to the left. He's got Allen Robinson working against Darius Butler. Now 3rd and 6 for the Colts on their following drive after that score. And Luck to the outside. He's got Dorsett. And they do give him the first. That was very close working against Devon House there. 2nd and 5. It's a toss to Robert Turbin. And Turbin's got some speed to the outside. Makes a move. And he's finally brought down. A great play there. And finally wrapped up by Jack. And it brings up a 3rd and 1. They give it right up the middle for Turbin. And he's getting some carries this game. 5 carries for 48 yards already. Now 3rd and 7 at the 12. Luck out of the gun. Looking for a man. And he's got Chris Thompson down the middle. And he'll be untouched for the end zone. And the Colts would take the lead right back with a touchdown of their own. And I'll bring up a 10-7 lead. 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at the 25. Hearns in motion. Bortles looking for a man. He goes to Hearns. And Hearns makes a move. And he's got the first down. There you go. Now, 1st and 10 at the 38. Bortles looking for a man. And Allen Robinson just flat out dropped it. And that was an interesting drop. You don't see that too often. Now 2nd and 10. Bortles back to pass, and he's got a man. It's caught by Robinson. Once again working against Darius Butler. Now 1st and 10 and around midfield. Bortles gives it to Chris Ivory. He's got some room, and he's got a 1st down. Or finally being tackled by Adams, and it brings up a 2nd and 3. Pistol formation. And play action to Ivory. Bortles going for the end zone, and it's intercepted by Darius Butler. One-on-one coverage, and he comes away with the pick. Now 2nd and 10. They give it to Frank Gore, and Frank Gore's got some room up the middle, and he's stiff-arming for a few extra yards. It's a gain of 23. Now brings up a 3rd down and 8. Andrew Luck, play action. Looking for a man, and he escapes the pressure and throws, and he has Moncrief. What a play by Andrew Luck. Somehow he avoided that sack. 1st and 10 at the 42 now. Gore in the backfield. They do give it to Gore, and he's fighting. He's got about a gain of 5. This running game has been pretty good. 3rd and 1. It's a draw to Thompson, and he's got the 1st. Sticking with the run. That's what they're doing best right now. 3rd and 4. Luck out of the gun. Looking for a man. And Luck just able to throw it away. Very risky there. But the Colts will end up taking their 3. So it's 13-7. Robinson in motion. Bortles back to throw. To the left, he's got Marquise Lee with another tiptoe catch. That brings us to 2nd and 3. Bortles. He's got Allen Robinson. And Robinson tackled at around the 39. Keeping the drive alive and moving. Robinson's had a good game other than that one drop. 1st and 10. Jaguars. It's a screen. Ivory left open, but he ran right into a defender, and he's wrapped up by Vontae Davis. Now 3rd and 6. Bortles, the throw, and he's got Allen Robinson. And before finally being tackled by Butler, it's a big gain. Now it's 2nd and 6. Bortles out of the gun. And he fires down the middle. It's caught by Marquise Lee, and he's barely tripped up by Akeem Ayers at the 1. Bortles, now it's 3rd and goal, and he just throws it away. So 3 passing attempts, all incomplete. They settle for 3, and that'll take us to half, with a low-scoring game somewhat of just 13-10 here in London. As you can see, Colts haven't turned it over. The Jaguars had a lot of passing yards, but that one turnover really hurt them. 3rd and 7 now, coming after halftime. After each team punted, and they go over deep, and it's deflected by Butler. So yeah, like I was saying, both of the teams punted, and the Jaguars would punt. So there's 3 punts to start the halftime, and a 3rd and 2 completion to T.Y. Hilton. He had a very quiet game. Play action. Luck to throw, and he's sacked by Tyson. I'm not going to pronounce that last name, sorry. 3rd and 22. They have to punt the ball. 3rd and 9 for the Jaguars. Play action to Yeldon. And Bortles. Just sitting all day, and he underthrows Allen Robinson, and it's intercepted by Darius Butler. What kind of throw was that? And Darius Butler looked back, and he gets the football. That's the 2nd pick of the game. But the Colts could not do anything with it. They had to punt, and there's Neil Sterling. We haven't said much of the day. That's a good thing for these linebackers. Now we're in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Bortles. Oh, there he is again. Neil Sterling. Maybe I spoke too soon. And he's brought down to around the Colts 37. He had 5 catches, but he didn't have many yards to go with them. He had 38 yards. And once again, the tight ends continue to be somewhat of a problem, but he did a decent job stopping Neil Sterling, a 3rd-string tight end. 1st and 10. Bortles in the gun, and he's got Neil Sterling again before being laid out by Mathis. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 4. One thing to notice about this Colts defense, they've been playing very good today. You got to give them props. I'll bring up a 3rd and 2. And it'll be a run for Chris Ivory. He's got the 1st down. Keeping the drive alive there. 1st and goal. At the 10. Bortles gives it to Ivory, and Ivory is met at around the 6 by a group of Colts defenders. Team Ayers is credited with the tackle. Second and goal. Bortles giving an adjustment. They give it right back to Ivory, and Ivory is stuffed at around the 1. So it'll bring up a third down goal. Bortles looking for a man. And guess who it is? He is sacked by Trent Cole at the 1. And they just keep having growing pains at the 1 yard line. Now the Colts got the ball. And there's the speedster. Phillip Dorsett up the sidelines. And he's finally brought down at the 50. A gain of 29. Look at that. Only 100 yards and a touchdown for Luck. But he hasn't turned it over yet. 3rd and 8. This is big to keep the drive alive. Luck. They send the pressure. And he's got a man. It's Dwayne Allen over the middle. He's got a gain of 18. And now it'll take us to a 3rd and 3. Just 5 minutes left in this game. Andrew Luck rolls out. He had a big hole up the middle, but he'll take it to the outside. And he slides for a gain of around 12. Now 2nd and 14. Luck to throw. And down he goes. He's sacked by Dante Fowler. His 2nd sack of the game. So it brings up a 3rd and 18. Play action. Luck looking for a man. He doesn't like what he sees, and he'll just take off and get maybe a yard or 2. And the Colts will end up trying to kick a field goal. So here we go. Here's the field goal attempt. And look at this. It might be blocked. And it's missed. I think Vinatieri got scared. It was going to get blocked, so he hooked it to the right, and he missed it. Boy, special teams has been a problem kicking kicks. Now 1st and 10. Bortles takes a shot deep, and it's intercepted by Darius Butler again. 3 interceptions and 6 tackles. What a game for Darius Butler. 1st and 10. They go to Chris Townsend for a few yards. That clock is winding down. 3rd and 1. Big 3rd down. And it's Gore who runs it right up the middle. And just trucked to Sean Gibson. Gain of 10. Now just wasting some time. Also needing a field goal at least. And they check it down to Dwayne Allen. Dwayne Allen's got a big gain before being shoved out of bounds. They're at the 42. Luck gives it to Frank Gore. He's got a nice gain. And the gain of 6. Now the Jaguars starting to burn their timeout. 2nd and 4. They're going to throw. And oh my goodness, boneheaded play there. Dwayne Allen didn't even look. Now it's 3rd and 4. And Luck, let's see what they do. Maybe they want to get this 1st down. And just rolls out, and it's caught by Allen. And he is stuffed. Great play there by Jonathan Cyprien, tight coverage. So now here's another field goal attempt. 59 seconds left. Vinatieri to kick. And it is up. And it is good. So this time they do not rush Vinatieri, thankfully. And they're able to put 3 on the board. It is rainy though. I mean, maybe he missed because of the rain. 1st and 10 at around the 25. They need at least 3 or the Jaguars. And big play there. I was caught by Arius Benz, I believe, for a gain of around 17. Play action. Bortles looking for a man. He heaves it deep. And it's Darius Butler again. 4 interceptions. That would tie an NFL record for the most interceptions in a single game. Darius Butler might have just single-handedly clinched the win for the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts only scored 16 points, but they only allowed 13 points. If you ask someone nowadays, oh, the Colts only scored 16 points, you already know that's a loss, but not today. Not here in England, or London. Even though it's the same country in the city, but whatever, we're just going to say London. It was 16-13. Not a lot of big offensive plays. This was a defensive game. And, I mean, hey, there was 4 turnovers by the Jaguars. All to Darius Butler. The Colts gave up a lot of sacks. I think the Jaguars had 5 sacks in this game. But really, all that matters is the Colts got to win. And to tie up the Jaguars, they would actually be leading the Jaguars since their division record is better. But yeah. So a big time win there to get back into the division race. Look at that. Only 136 passing yards for Luck after completely lighting it up the past 2 weeks. But the running game played really good. Frank Gore and Robert Turbin. Gore was also active in the receiving game. Really, I mean, look at that. T.Y. Hilton had a catch for 4 yards. Like, that just explains it. Yeah, so the Jaguars had 5 sacks, 2 in Costanzo. Darius Butler, I already said, tied an NFL record today. And we only got 1 sack. I mean, once again, the pressure is pretty low. And that's what sometimes happens. Adam Vinatieri missed a field goal. You don't see that too often. And Blake Bortles, he just kept taking unnecessary risks. But how about this? We held Chris Ivory to 13 carries for 22 yards. If you don't remember, Melvin Gordon had 202 yards against us last week. So, I mean, hey, that's a better improvement for the run defense. This team still has to get better, and this could be a fluke for the defense, but it is a win regardless. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next week for week 5. See ya.